Good evening, New Bedford, South Coast residents. Chris Resendes back for the Chris Resendes Show. A little different this week. As you can see in the background, we are here to talk about a huge event. And not only the event itself, we're also here to talk to the people that organize the event and why they do it, how they do it, and the people that benefit from such a good time. I mean, everybody thinks, oh, Oktoberfest, just a bunch of people getting drunk. But people never realize what's behind the whole festival that night and what actually happens prior and during and then after the event, whereas the people that are helped, the children that are helped, and other community outreach that's done through the South Coast Business Alliance, who are the organizers of this event. Proud to say I'm friends with a couple of the guys, and they're both here tonight, Kevin and Christian Farland. Many of you have seen a lot of the outreach stuff that I've done. Christian has been side by side with me pretty much every time I try to do something. I consult with him, and through him the Alliance has actually donated to each and every one of those. Very generous. Anything to do with children, I hate to always, I had a joke the other day with Victoria from the United Way that you always kind of over ask the good people in the community, and Christian and the South Coast Business Alliance are those people that I do over ask. But I feel comfortable doing so because they're good guys, and females in the Alliance as well, who I have yet not met, but hopefully this weekend I'll get to meet a couple of them. Without any further ado, I want to talk to Christian Farland and Kevin Trahan, both of the South Coast, Business Alliance. Good evening, gentlemen. How are you?
Hey, Chris, how are you?
Good evening, Chris. Thanks for having us, bud. Appreciate it.
Oh, of course, man. I've been begging Christian to come on for other reasons. There's a little joke between us. I'm like, man, when you become mayor, I want to be your boy. He does so much for the city. The guy's, top notch as far as city involvement. He's a guy that's a self-made, successful individual who has not forgotten where he came from. Kevin's the same thing, business-made, he just continues to grow by hard work, but yet they don't forget where they came from, and they're always contributing, And that's,
Are we paying you? Are we paying you for
I admire you. Yes, you are, actually. You're not paying me. You're paying somebody. I know you are.
Thanks for the kind words, Chris. South Coast Business Alliance has been huge for me. I always like to give back to the local community, and for me, I started my business in 2008, and I moved it right to downtown New Bedford, my mother-in-law's building, and right in 2008 I got involved in the community, knew about Oktoberfest, and the guys that were running it at that time, back in the day, it started by about 6, 7 guys. Jay Lanigan was one of them, Nick Francis, Tom Rainford, Pat Long, Jeff Sanders. And I wanted to get involved in the community, so these guys invited me, and I look back now and look at all the guys, and there's some ladies in it now as well, and all of us have become very successful. Not just, for me, it's like getting involved in the community. It's such a big part of your business as well. So my father always taught me, what goes around comes around.
100%.
So for me, it's always been like, trying to make the city a better place to live, work, and raise a family. I've been born here, raised here, and my business is here, and I'm not going anywhere.
Building neighborhoods here.
Now I'm building neighborhoods here, yeah, too. So it's been great. It's been a great ride. I've been involved for 10 years. SCBA's this is the 13th.
So you were in its infancy.
Yeah, early on. I was the president for 8 of the 13 years. So it's been a great run. I handed it over to Jason Almeida, who's doing a great job right now.
Another great guy.
Kevin Trahan is the chairman of the Oktoberfest, who took over from Nick Francis, who him and his family, I can't thank them enough for what they have done for the New Bedford Oktoberfest. They really, Kevin will tell you how much work it's involved. I mean, we're starting right after the Oktoberfest is over. We take literally 1 month off, and we're back at it.
I remember last year, I've known Kevin, we've run in the same circles now for a couple decades. We discussed it last year. And you and I talked about the work involved, and when I talked to you last year, like, man, I wish I had talked to you sooner. I would have gotten you guys to help us out.
Well, it's a great event, but you see the scale of it when you walk in. I mean, it's a pretty substantial, undertaking. And
oh yeah.
Certainly, one person can't do it. In fact, we're a group of over 20 people, and we do a real good job delegating responsibilities. And like Christian was saying, we have amazing, talented people that are part of the South Coast Business Alliance. But more importantly, we're in a community that has embraced us with our corporate sponsors, whether it's big companies like Claremont or smaller mom and pop companies. They've all been consistent as far as supporting what we're doing. In fact, at this point, we don't even reach out to them. It seems like half of them reach out to us and say, hey, what's the date for Oktoberfest? We want to make sure we have it on our calendar. What can we do to help? And same goes for our actual day of event volunteers. Like Christian was saying, when Nick Francis was the chairman, it was like Nick, the members, and all of Nick's family, and that's who ran it. I'm very pleased to say now that, although Nick's not as involved as he used to be, I feel like the family of volunteers has grown so big. It's really incredible. So we're very, very lucky with that.
It's I remember last year you were a little stressed out. We had some weather issues that you were like, oh man, we got to get this going.
I'm now looking at the weather. Don't even tell me.
No, we're good. We're good this year. I mean, hopefully people have enough responsible drinking to keep them warm. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I bought my wife a vest today so that way she would keep warm for the outdoors. I said, I can't buy you gloves. Make sure you get some gloves ready. It's going to be a little chilly, but we're going to have fun. It is a huge undertaking.
Yeah.
And it's not your only event, but we're here to talk about this part of what you guys do. Something like this, what is the outcome of this event? Let's just straight up come out and say, we do this for this reason and this reason only. Like, it's not, this is a non-profit organization, and you just continue to give, like I said.
Right.
But, to tell people this is a huge event, how much money is raised and how much of this money actually goes into the community?
So I appreciate that question, because it's really, it's often misunderstood what nonprofits are.
Yeah.
Everyone just assumes when money's involved that somebody is profiting, even in a nonprofit.
No.
But I can say without any hesitation that the South Coast Business Alliance, we have this event. This is our premier event. And all the money after we pay the bills for whatever rental we needed to do, the beer that we purchased, the cups, all that. Once all those bills are paid, we give 100% of it back to all South Coast, primarily New Bedford, youth-based charities. Last year, so every year, we've been lucky. Every year in the 13 years, we've made more money than the prior year. Last year, we had such an incredible year. We made over $100,000 on that one event. And Christian might have the number in front of him, but I believe we wrote out checks in the $60,000 range to several local groups. For example, Denison Memorial.
I know that they do appreciate
They're incredible, and that was one of the most exciting, fulfilling days I've had in the last year. You think about all this work, and of course, right now the stress level's super high.
Yeah, of course.
And then Sunday we all take a deep breath, and then, like Christian said, at the next meeting we decide, okay, well, where are we going to start allocating this money? And we reach out, and a lot of people reach out to us. But Christian can tell you some of the other ones, but Denison to me stands out the most.
I think after today you're going to get a few more hands out.
Yeah.
100,000, we need some of that.
Yeah, reach out to us. No, please do though.
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely recommend any at-risk youth programs that need some help. Definitely reach out to us. The big thing for us, we like to know exactly where it goes.
Right.
Absolutely.
We don't want it to go to like a general fund.
You have your own general fund.
Yeah.
Which I wanted to get back to, because you kind of contradicted yourself to what some people may think, those that don't understand how things work.
Yeah, sure.
He said he took 100,000 in and wrote 60 in checks. There is a general fund you got to maintain in order to purchase stuff for the next event.
Right,
So
you have to pay the bills.
You have to pay the bills, and you got to keep rolling. Nobody pocketed 40 grand.
No.
I know, as a matter of fact, 1,000 went to Cuts for Kids, and another probably 1,000 for the kids of Puerto Rico.
Yep.
So there's two of it right there. You know what I mean? It's
I think we wrote a check for $15,000 to Denison last year. Boys and Girls Club. I don't remember the amount offhand, but we wrote them a check. And like Christian said, we like to know where that money's going. We don't just write the check, hand it over. We go there, we present it, and we like to know: are we supporting the basketball team? Are we doing the after-school program? There's so many amazing things that go on in this city that I don't think most people even understand or realize. I didn't know about them. Until I became a member and involved in the South Coast Business Alliance about 9 years ago. And it really has changed my perspective on the city in general, and my overall opinion on what good happens.
There's a lot of good people.
There's a lot of good people.
It's not
There's
just these two guys
things that happen. No,
it's
lots. It's incredible. I mean, like I said, I could show you my volunteer list for all the people that are coming to help us pour beer and check IDs and all that stuff. And it's not just people that we just randomly know. We've supported their cause, and then they're giving back and they're helping us out. It's a win-win for everybody. It really is.
Excellent.
Yeah, two big things for me when I was president is, I kind of operated it as like a small business, and
of course, that's just how you're wired, bro.
So I mean, we always made this money and we always gave it out. Money comes in, money goes out. So my whole thing was I wanted to start something where 10, 20 years from now, where I'm not here, that money's still going to be going out, even though if we didn't have any coming in. So we started, we endowed at UMass Dartmouth. We endowed there, I believe it was like 35,000. And what happens for that now, every year there will be a scholarship guaranteed in the name of SCBA, and that's based off a sophomore that has a 3.0 or better can apply for it, based out of New Bedford, either come from Volk or New Bedford High School. They can apply for, I think it's a $2,000 scholarship. So that will go on for perpetuity now. So we did that, and then the other thing we did, which we created a legacy fund. And mission with that was we were going to put in $100,000. That was our goal, so we raised it up. It took probably 3 years because we were only putting a little bit in at a time. And so that's over $100,000 now. It'll never go under $100,000. It's in a pretty conservative fund, but enough for it to keep growing. And
I want to look and see what happened to that today, by the way.
No, I didn't even follow.
Stock market had a bad day today.
It'll be back.
Yes, bad couple days.
Yeah.
But I've been telling people, now that I'm in this game, I'm like, time to get safe, guys. Time to get safe. Pretty soon it'll be a buyer's market. Christian will be buying houses and pennies on the dollar pretty soon.
No, but the legacy funds, we met our goal. We actually finished it quicker than we thought, and now we're going to be giving out our own scholarships based off of that every year, and that will go on for perpetuity too. Yeah. So it's pretty cool that we're going to.
So it's a legacy now.
It's a legacy.
It is a legacy.
You guys can keep going.
We'll keep going.
I mean, it's fun for now, but there's going to be a point where it's time to pass it to the young bucks.
Well, now that you say that, this is the perfect opportunity for us to also reach out to anyone in the community, younger individuals. You don't have to be a business owner. You just have to want to give back and have the desire to help out, the youth in New Bedford, and we're always looking for new members. So reach out to any one of us that has a member shirt on during the event and introduce yourself. And if you're interested, we'll take your name and we'll figure out how we can get in touch and provide more information too, because we're getting older, and this takes a lot.
I'm older than you guys, and someone talked to me about joining the other day. I'm like, wait a second.
We'll take a few old guys too, but I mean, we're open to bringing in new members. So
absolutely. It's something you got to keep. You got to keep people happy and hungry. You know what I mean? People get burnt out.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Nick. He's a good guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm sure, being a founding father, sooner or later, you got to put the battles, put it in other people's hands.
Absolutely.
And just tell war stories later on.
That's it.
And he's a good guy, and he continues to do a lot of stuff. Not only this event. I mean, you do other things. You do the golf tournament, and I mean, but how many hours now for the past, say, 2 weeks as an event like this? What's your days been like, Kevin? Because I know that last year you were up to here with me, and you're like, dude, thank God you showed up, because I don't know, I was going to have to do this by myself.
Yeah, you showed up in the nick of time, because the pier was under renovations last year, which is where we were located last year, and we had all those not jersey barriers, the construction barriers and everything, and I was looking at about 200 of them thinking, how am I going to move all these,
I didn't move 200 barriers.
No.
I was with the Trial Court Community Service Program, and a bunch of good volunteers did that.
I'd like to say we have it down to a science, but we don't, because it changes all the time. We have different sponsors. We have different members who offer to do different things and take on different roles. Our location this year has changed. We're just right next door now. We're on Pier 3, which is behind the Black Whale Restaurant. We're under a tent this year. So that added a different, aspect to it. Obviously, different costs involved in that. So, a lot of what we do is, again, we're business owners. So we're used to, finding out how do we get the best deal? How do we negotiate this? How do we make this happen? again, circling back to because all the profits go back to the kids. So, you know, we really, that is where all the efforts go. The efforts go
Excellent.
into just finding out how we can put this on with, you know, with the best amount of success and saving ourselves as much, you know, time and money as possible. But it is a lot of work. There's no doubt about it. I would say the last week or so, well, my wife could probably tell you better than I can. It has taken up an awful lot of my time. But
And that's
it's all right.
and that's where the new members come in. Like,
Exactly.
Because, you know, it's not you most of the time. It's like the wife or the kids. Like,
Yeah.
you still want to be home? Like, you're always out. Like, you know, and we all hear that. You know?
Yeah, as soon as I leave here, I got to pick up the daughter from dancing. You know, it doesn't life
Life
doesn't
doesn't end.
stop just
Yeah.
because you're putting on a big event. You know, so that's why the continued support is so important because it does. It gives us a great amount of satisfaction and gratification that we get.
Excellent.
We get to
Hey, we're going to take a break. Speaking of paying bills, show's brought to you by McGee Chevrolet out in Raynham. Sat down with Jay today. Excellent, excellent location and no haggle. You go there, the price is the price. You can check it on Kelly Blue Book, and there's no reason to negotiate there. The only thing you can negotiate on is bring a good trade in, he said. Other than that, their prices are their prices because they're the lowest in the industry. Test it out, check it out, go compare it on the internet. And here you go, McGee Chevrolet.
You sure this is going to work?
Come on, quarterback, football, camera. You want some good shots at McGee Chevy or what?
Here with the drones at McGee Chevy in Raynham, we've got ridiculous deals on hundreds of new 2018s.
Lease a 2018 Silverado 1500 DCLT for as little as $119 a month.
I guarantee you I can hit that thing.
You've done enough, so
Come on.
It's going to be me someday, Scott Zolak, doing famous. People are going to be paying me to do those commercials. Not going to happen. Hey, tickets. I know that you guys had done some events over at the Cask and Pig where you could get reduced price tickets. Are you still able to get tickets cheaper now online, or do we have to still just pick them up at the door? Did we miss that window?
Yeah, we can definitely still get them cheaper. If you go to nboktoberfest.com, you can still get them online, I believe, up to...
I think it's like 3 or 4 o'clock tomorrow is the deadline on the
Yeah.
website for the discounted ticket. So we definitely encourage you to log on tonight or tomorrow and you get a few seconds.
Yeah, I'll still have some at my office too if anybody wants to stop by. I would like to give a quick thanks though to our sponsors. The big sponsors we have this year: Claremont Family Foundation, TD Bank North, Fall River Electrical, Webster Bank, and CertaPro, and Deadly Spider Productions. Those are the big sponsors, but really, I mean, we get a ton of support from the local smaller companies, which we greatly appreciate. The sponsors are great, but what really makes the event is the people that show up.
It's a good time.
People that show
You
up, we've been fortunate, and, you know, it does pretty well. People show up, they come, they buy a ticket to get in. We have 4 amazing bands. Craig DeMello starting off this year.
Local favorite.
Local favorite.
Kid's talented.
Very
as well.
talented. I mean, this area is full of talented musicians. 7-day weekend, we have the Poor Men, and then we have the Joshua Tree at the end. So we got great music. We have 20 craft beers. We have 1 light beer.
He's saying that because of me. Listen, I'm a beer drinker, but like I'm kind of like the high school beer drinker. Like, give me Miller Lite or something that says beer. And I'm not into the craft stuff. I'll be the first to admit it.
You probably won't find a light beer in Germany at an Oktoberfest event, but for us, you know, we debated it for years. Nick Francis was always against it.
Of course he was, dude. He's
But
a purist.
to be honest, we're raising money, and you know what?
Keep some people happy.
If Miller Lite, Coors Light, Bud Light, whatever, we have one of them this year is going to sell. It's going to make money, and that's what we're trying to do.
The other thing too is we have some awesome food trucks coming this year. We have.
I was just about to ask you.
Yeah, we have Richie Gomes and his Cool Licks truck, which everyone loves. He's got all kinds of food. No Problemo will be there this year. They took a little break last year. I think they had a wedding to go to on Oktoberfest, which I can't believe someone would want to get married on Oktoberfest. But anyway, No Probs will be back this year. We've got McCrae's Seafood coming from Rhode Island, so that's something new we haven't had in a while, so I'm pretty sure they're going to have
McCrae's, they changed ownership, didn't they?
They did.
Megan's husband, I met him at the Fall River Museum.
Yes.
Good dude.
Yep, recently he reached out to us, and we're very pleased to say that he'll be there this year.
Yeah.
And we're tying up some loose ends with a few others, so we'll see who we got. But there'll be plenty of good food along with the entertainment.
What do we got here in front of us?
So this is probably the hottest item at Oktoberfest. It's the Stein. So basically what we did a couple years ago is we limited them to the larger sponsors, but we did keep selling we probably have a 50 limited. So if you get there early, these Steins will probably be gone, I'm guessing, like in an hour and a half.
So by 3:30 in the afternoon.
By
4:35,
Yeah.
you'll be lucky to see these.
Yep.
So basically, you buy this, $25, you get the Stein, and then for one beer ticket, you get to fill it up.
Instead of a 12-ounce
Instead
cup.
of a small.
This thing's huge. I don't know. I think it's
It
like
looks like
30,
20 ounces.
Yeah, it's a nice
$20.
souvenir.
It's more than that, bro. This is like huge. This is like at least 32.
Yeah, you
Test it.
Yeah.
You got a test? You got water in here? We'll test this right now.
You got beer in the fridge. But you
But,
don't drink the kind of beer I do.
The typical beer, the cups are 16 ounces. So
Yeah.
for this, you get
Two beers.
two and a half beers for a craft beer for $6. So it's a great investment, and you get a great souvenir.
I'd rather walk around that than with a solo cup, to be
Yeah,
honest
it's
with
pretty
you.
Absolutely.
Head sponsor was the Connie Family Foundation. So
Excellent
pretty-
family. Now,
pretty
you
cool.
got some tickets thrown in
We
there.
have
What-
tickets too.
So I talked to the guys before the show.
Yep.
And part of the promotion, if you like, comment, and share on this video, you get today and tomorrow. Saturday morning, we'll pick one, and you will get this waiting for you at the gate. Cup, 2 tickets. That's what, 25, 30 bucks inside here?
$55, yeah.
$55. Like, share, and comment on this video, and we'll pick somebody. Nice winner. So again,
Cool.
I'll do it for the commercial. We're going to cut this and
Yeah.
say Oktoberfest Saturday,
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock
Till midnight.
till midnight. Like and share this video, and you will get this Stein, about 32 ounces, a $25 value, which you can fill your beers up there, and 2 tickets to Oktoberfest. And we'll pick a winner on Saturday morning, and you can go pick it up from me. I'll be
There you
there, helping Kevin probably, last minute doing
Absolutely.
stuff.
Thank you very much.
So make sure, like, share, and comment, and you can spread the word and win yourself a tactical beer holder for the Oktoberfest.
Nice.
What else you got going on? You brought a list here. I want to make sure that we get
Yeah,
everything.
so just wanted to, let the community, some of the other things that we've done in the past. One of the coolest things that we did early on was the Boys and Girls Club. If you've been in there, if you've been in the basement,
Excellent.
years
setup.
ago it used to be a bowling alley. So members of SCBA went in there, literally demoed the basement, and we paid for the boxing ring down there. That was probably back in 2007, 8. That was done, and about 3 years ago, we went in there and bought all brand new boxing gloves, training, headgear, chest protectors,
The
new
whole-
bags.
Yeah, everything's nice down there.
So, yeah, that was one cool thing that we did, and that's something like hands-on we were involved in, so that was probably pretty cool.
So let's just get back to what you guys do. And I try to push this on everybody throughout the events. You give, and people are like, oh, it's nice to get. But I'll tell you one thing, dude. Nothing is more rewarding than helping these kids out.
Absolutely.
It's just 100%. This is why you do it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you guys actually hands-on when you deliver this stuff.
Yeah, it's
Not
great.
only are you seeing where it's going, but you're actually, interacting with
Yeah,
these
we
kids.
don't just mail out checks. I mean, if we can, we try to get a couple of the guys and girls from the group together, and we make the presentation. We ask whoever the director is of that particular program, bring us around, show us what you guys do. We want to learn, because our giving and our care doesn't stop that day when we hand
No,
that
you're
check
taking
over.
ownership once you get involved.
Without
with
a
these people.
doubt. Without a doubt. Yep.
What else, Christian?
A few other things. The YMCA, we donated to their after-school program. Dennison Memorial, Jim Mathis, he's done an outstanding job there, so we're a big fan of his. Anything that he asks us, we try to give back.
Great guy.
One other cool thing we did was the Global Learning Charter School. They started the basketball program, and we paid for all uniforms. So that was pretty cool.
Manny DeBrito's listening right now. He's
Oh,
like,
boy.
oh, I'm gonna be. I got my hand
There
out
we
for
go.
that.
We've done some.
Send 'em in,
We've
Manny.
done some stuff with the high school as well. I
Yeah.
think the band. I think we helped by.
We help the band. We do a drama club, so it's not just sports. We kind of get involved with
Absolutely,
drama.
you have to.
And those kids need a lot of help too. So we donate. We have a scholarship. We give $1,000 a year, maybe $2,000
To the high school. Yep.
to the high school drama club.
Yep.
Star Kids. It's a cool program. We paid for one student. He goes to the Nazarene Christian Academy. So we actually pay for his tuition every year. He's been there for probably 6 years.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh, so you guys doing
we
like
get his report card. If he's
I,
struggling, someone goes out, they'll have a little talk.
the other day we ate lunch and
Yeah.
told me a few of these things, but you didn't tell me all the good stuff. I'm
Yeah,
glad
some
you did.
cool
It's
things.
like, it's 100%.
We're a big fan of things that you started doing. The kid cuts for kids.
He says, that I started doing. He's been there the whole time. He just doesn't like credit.
But,
I've been trying to get him on because I'm like, dude, you do everything with me. Can you at least take some credit for it? I'll get there. He finally got you on, but it's to promote something else to make money for more kids. So that's why he finally agreed to come on.
It's great. I mean, there's so much. I mean, you saw all the benefits. You see all the kids. Christmas time when we did the toy drive.
Yeah. It's a fun thing, man.
It's great to see.
I wish more people. And this is what this is about.
Yep.
Getting people involved, saying,
Absolutely.
"Hey, you can join in." You heard Kevin. Looking for new members.
Yeah.
They're looking for young blood ideas.
Yeah.
And if you volunteer some time, you'll have a say to where some of this money goes.
Absolutely.
If you have something near and dear to your heart, a good nonprofit that has something to do with children, that's on the charter, go ahead and join.
Yeah, absolutely.
Work your ass off, bring good things to the group, and you'll have a say in where some of this stuff goes. What more incentive do you need? It's amazing. If you personally can't donate thousands of dollars, you can be a part of a collaborative or an alliance that can make it happen. And you have a say. And
Absolutely.
it's an amazing feeling, and especially the point. These guys that he named, I probably know 10, 15 of them. The Jason Almeidas, the Nick Francis, these two guys, good people that you'll be around. So it's amazing. It's a win-win.
Yeah, and our group has grown too. Like Christian was saying, when I became a member, which was, of course, I was helping Christian one year at Oktoberfest, and then next thing you know, I was a member of the SCBA because I saw what they were doing. This is going back like 7 or 8 years ago. And I've continued to do the same thing. I've recruited a few people. He's recruited a few more. And the one thing of note is when I was originally became a member, there were no females. And it's awesome. Now we have 4 unbelievably talented females that do different types of things, and they've brought a whole different dynamic to our group.
A bunch of beer drinking craft beer white guys is kind of boring. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, exactly.
You need to spice it up, which is good.
We do. We have some incredible people. So I suggest too, if you want to learn more about the South Coast Business Alliance, you can check out our website. We're all listed on there with our bios. You can learn about us individually. You might even not even realize that we're on. That someone is in the group and doing all this good work. So.
That was on my to-do list. Christian asked me for a bio a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I get you, homie.
Hey, before I forget, bud, we have a check here to get started with the coat drive. I know you're going to be doing a coat drive.
It's amazing. I am
some,
doing it.
gloves.
It's amazing. Thank you.
So when are you going to be starting that?
It's going.
It's
We're
going.
having a high. It's kind of hasn't taken off, but I
So-
have a feeling it's getting better right now.
We want to get involved, so once when you get the details, definitely send it over to us. We'll do our part, but this will get started to get some gloves there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you for your support. No, we appreciate it.
What we should do next year is at Oktoberfest,
$500.
we could have a big box
dogs.
and people come in right there, because we have about 2,000 people come through there, so
See, this is what I mean.
you gotta get on it, man.
I get teared up because this is I've been frustrated with the coat drive.
Yeah.
Quite frankly,
Get it going.
I've prayed on it, and I'm like, why isn't this working? I had a
Bring
couple
the box
people.
this Saturday. Let's
I know.
go.
I had a couple people
It's not too late.
say, I'll help, but not I was used to the rock star thing that happened with Cuts for Kids, where it was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, haircuts are nice, but a jacket will keep you
Yeah.
warm for a couple months, where a
Absolutely.
haircut's only good for a week
Yeah.
or two. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
well,
I'm like,
We'll be accepting coat donations at Oktoberfest this year, so we'll definitely
if we
we'll
could,
have a
I
spot.
guess, Josh, I'll have to go live from Oktoberfest tomorrow talking about the thing. Again, guys, if you haven't seen this, South Coast Business Alliance, $500 for coats and jackets for children. I mean, what else can I say? Thank you so much. I mean, I didn't know how to end this. That's very generous. Thank you. And that's on top of the 1,000 for the kids' toys in December, the 1,000 for food and all that stuff for the cuts for kids. $500, $2,500 just for stuff that I've helped around the city from these guys. It's a no-brainer. Before I keep rambling, Oktoberfest Saturday. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hope I didn't miss anything. We're going to pin all this information on here. Again, like, share, and comment on this video, and one person will get the $25 Stein, which means that you get double the beer for one ticket. 2 tickets for Oktoberfest is like $55 right here, just for like, comment, and share. Somebody will get that. And please, 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 safe driving.
Absolutely.
Be responsible. Uber, taxi cabs, email me. I'll make sure you get home safe. Like, I don't want people. Chris, that New Bedford guy, I'll set up an Uber for you.
Yep.
I ain't gonna pay for it, but I'll make sure you get there. You know what I mean? I don't have it like that. But we need to make sure that we drink responsibly.
Right.
It is a good time, and there's a lot of good stuff coming out of it. But there is the alcohol consumption. So do it responsibly as adults, and make sure that this event doesn't go to waste. A tragedy doesn't need to happen because of an event like this, and we want to make sure that everybody does it responsibly, has a good time, gets home safe, and we raise a ton of money. And now, get a few jackets and coats and hats. So, appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Again, thank you to McGee Chevrolet for sponsoring our show tonight. I'll see you next Thursday, and you'll probably see my mug over the next 2 days talking about Oktoberfest, little live streams from the event itself. I know Josh will be down there doing some as well. And good night, God bless, and McGee Chevrolet, take it away. Thank you.
Here at McGee Chevy, we're crazy busy making deals on all of our 2018s. So, my buddy Scott Zolak said he'd help out.
What, the engine? What size? Pretty big one. Price? Whoa, is this a typo?
Right now, lease a new 2018 Equinox for as little as $129 a month.
Jamie, my man, we killed it today.
Yep, lots of happy customers.
One more over there.
I got that song.
You sure?
Yes.
Ooh, ooh.